So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Green morning, green afternoon, green evening, wherever you are world over. Right, our brothers and sisters world over, first of all from India, one of the very important festivals which is called Janamashtami. It's a Lord Krishna's birthday. So wishing you all, wherever you are world over, a very happy Janamashtami to all our brothers and sisters, those are celebrating it today world over. So brothers and sisters, I hope you're taking care of your health, you're taking care of your wellness, and at the same time, you're taking care of your family, your neighbors, your community, your society, and everybody whosoever is directly or indirectly associated, related to you in the nearby vicinity, and those are available to you. From Canada, Latin America, and United States, let me come to Europe. I'm pretty sure you must have enjoyed your lunch. And before you go for your evening tea and coffee or with us, we are so grateful to you. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for being part of it. And from there, ladies and gentlemen, I take you to Central Asia, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, and of course, I come to South Asia as well, Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Maldives. And from there, I take you to Middle East, where we have got lots of people joining us from Doha, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Oman, Dubai. We are so grateful to you. You're such a wonderful people. You join us every day, and there's so much to share with each other. We also extend a very warm welcome to our brothers and sisters from continent of Africa. It's a wonderful continent. All of you are heartily welcome. Extended a very warm welcome, joining us. Thank you very much. I'm going all the way to Port Louis also, because people have started joining now from Mauritius and Seychelles also. Now, I come to Bharat, and in Bharat आप सबको प्रणाम है, नमस्कार. आज जन्माष्टमी है और हमारे कृष्ण जी का जन्मदिन है, तो आप सबको आज जन्माष्टमी पर बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. और आज हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं मलेशिया से दातो रमेश कोडामल जी, who is a co-chairman of the ASEAN India Business Council. इनकी पैट्रोनेज के अंडर बहुत सारी डेवलपमेंट इंडिया और आसियान की हम लोग आगे लेके चल रहे हैं. क्या क्या कोलैबोरेशंस हो सकती हैं, चाहे कॉमर्स में है, ट्रेड में है, बिजनेस में है, फ्री ट्रेड में है, और एजुकेशन का बहुत बड़ा एक हिस्सा है, क्योंकि एजुकेशन जो आधार है पूरी यूनिवर्स का. और यूनेस्को के इस समय 1.86 billion children are locked in their residences because of this particular pandemic. So ladies and gentlemen, from India, I take you to ASEAN. All our brothers and sisters, those are in Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Brunei, and at the same time, Vietnam also. We extend you a very hearty welcome. And I'm going a little farther. I go to Bahrain also, because 270 families join on Facebook from there every day. I'm thankful to Madam Geeta Chopra, Rajnishi, and all others, those are coming. I'm so amazed. Today is the 89th webinar on Tuesday, 11th of August, how the journey has traveled. We started in a very humble way. I still recollect when the lockdown was declared and how we moved on, and what all has taken place during this particular time, and all webinars, all celebrities coming from world over. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our chamber ICSI, International Chamber for Service Industry, since 1994. Initially, there used to be Punjabi Parvasi Divas only in India. And 2003, then having met the Honorable, then the Prime Minister of India with the delegation, and there was a birth of Bharatiya Parvasi Divas. And today you have got vibrant Gujarat, vibrant Tamil Nadu, vibrant Rajasthan, vibrant Karnataka, vibrant Telangana, vibrant Andhra Pradesh. Everything is vibrant, whatsoever is taking place. So good. It's nice that 30 million Indians abroad, they're doing wonderful. Government, corporate, and non-resident Indians business interface. It's a privilege this evening. Dato Ramesh Kodammal ji, who is the chairman of the ASEAN India Business Council, Malaysian chapter, and the co-chairman of the ASEAN India Business Council, AIBC, He is currently a council member for the Malaysian Associated Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry since 2013. He is also the member of the Malaysian National Committee for Pacific Economic Cooperation. We extend him a very hearty welcome this evening. Dato Ramesh ji is the chairman of the Goltex group of companies, founded in 1973, specializing in import and export of garments, textile, as well as manufacturing of the home furnishing. Dato Ramesh ji is actively promoting the interest of the business community between ASEAN and India, and he has been deeply involved in the visits of Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, to Malaysia as a part of this initiative. He participates in various international forums, seminars, representing and has been dynamically involved with the various Chamber of Commerce, industries and NGOs world over. A very, very hearty welcome to him. And at present, he is giving lots of patronage. Ladies and gentlemen, celebration, jubilation, congratulation, deliberation, whatever you want to say. The new education policy has come in India 2020, and this particular education policy is going to bring so much of confluence from the whole world over, whether in school education, higher education, technical education, vocational education, skill education, whatever we talk about. So we will deliberate about it. Now, our ASEAN is very near northeast part of India, and Honorable Prime Minister of India always calls it Ashtalakshmi, and he calls Act East policy, not look at policy, but Act East policy. And under this, Northeast India is strategically important to be linked with Southeast Asia. We'll deliberate in a little while on that. Since March 25th, 2020 till date, all the research which has been carried out by our chamber world over, I'm going to say we are quite surprised that the world is now B2B, is not going to be business to business, but back to basics, our future. And there we talk about, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to be taking care of your basic food, you've got to be taking care of your health, and education will never ever get back to the classroom like it used to be in January and February. Now the technology is going to play a very important role. One of the survey which we have carried out, and it's quite amazing, it shows that the large population of the youth, they are very happy with the digital education, and parents are also quite happy because education has become totally transparent now. Earlier, what was being taught, which way it was being taught, and it was a laughter, a great laughter, when I met a group of principals from Delhi, and they told me, Dr. Sharma, at this point of time, we are not principals. I said, what are you telling? Have you all resigned? They said, no, 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 no. At time, parents are principals, our teachers are teaching, they are observing how it is being taught. So, ladies and gentlemen, during this corona, the sustainable development of the world over, tomorrow is going to be a historic day for all of us. It's a United Nations World Youth Day, Vishwa Yuva Divas. Tomorrow on Wednesday, 12th of August, ICSI is bringing you 12 hours non-stop program from morning 9 o'clock to evening 9 p.m. We have got schools, we have got colleges, we have got institutions, we have got teachers, we have got educators, we have got technocrats, and the youth are going to get an opportunity to speak tomorrow. If I say in a foreign language, it is 100,000 youth. But when I take in Indian language, 1 lakh youth joining tomorrow this particular forum, this particular program. So let's join hands to empower our youth and always encourage them, because these millennials are wonderful. They've got so much of creativity. The only thing is we got to keep them positive. They are quite energetic, they're robust, and during this lockdown, they all are taking so much of innovative pedagogies. The last slide which I share and show to all of you. Whatsoever human mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. I never imagined that our chamber would be completing 100th program on 15th of August with 15 Ayurvedist wellness experts of India together on a common platform on 15th August, Bharat ke Swatantrata ke Divas ke din. So let us come together. Let's make education relevant. Global confluence of educators, motivators, technocrats, and counselors together. International Chamber for Service Industry extends you a very hearty and a very warm welcome. Please come, be a part of our journey. Give us your strength, your vision, your energy, and your cerebrum. You can write to us, you can come as a panelist, or you can send your suggestion at innovation@icsi.asia, or you could also send us a small WhatsApp. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, let me drop the curtains and get the celebrity of the evening on Lord Krishna's birthday, all the way from Malaysia, Dato Ramesh Kodammal ji. And here it is. Pranam sir, wish you a great evening, happy evening, and a wonderful evening.
Pranam, Dr. Gulshanji. First and foremost, I don't have words to compliment you on what you have been doing. It is something impossible for someone to carry on a session every day with different speakers, with different topics, moving the agenda on education so far. It's something really amazing. As I told you in my earlier speech, I hope we can take this on to the Guinness Books of Records for a continuous webinar talk on education for more than 100 days to the 15th of August, which I don't think that anyone would have done it so far. Let's take this and hope that the records can be in proper order for us to give it to Guinness Books of Records that we have done it. And I congratulate the chamber, the International Chamber, because something what's happening today is amazing. You know, when we are talking of the new norm, 3 months ago, when you spoke to people, they were looking at things differently. Today, everyone has adjusted themselves. They're accepting the fact that they have to work through this system. Today is a wonderful day. It is Janmashtami. We Indians all around the world, I think Australia has already started the birthday of Lord Krishna. Coming to Malaysia, we are around 10 now. Within 2 hours' time, we'll be welcoming Lord Krishna birthday. And what happens on a Krishna Jayanti day is that people fast the whole day. They break their fast, they have their food, they go to temples, wait till midnight, enjoy themselves, dance, sing songs, praise the Lord. And this is something which is not only happening in India, but throughout the world. And we must accept the fact, my dear friends who are around with us today will be having the same feeling. Some are waiting to go to the temple, some are waiting to go to their prayer hall. But let's understand one thing before we go on to our topic of education. Krishna is a deity which we all know about. We have understood it. It's a charm of the world where we know the role Lord Krishna has played. Actually, if you really look at it, he is another incarnation of Lord Vishnu, who was born in Mathura. And India has got a great history of the wonderful Lord. There are no words which we can actually speak to praise him, because whatever it is, there's something which is unbelievable, that the great Lord Krishna, who has actually, if you really look at it, who has taught us so many great things in our life. We can only just praise him, we can sing his songs, we can worship him, we can adore him. You know, if you look at his history, it is such fascinating. You cannot imagine. You call him a Makhanchor, but yet with his trick, he keeps on tricking the whole world. He's in our daily life daily, but we forget that the role he's playing to help us. So what have we got to say on such a day of his birth? I personally feel that today is one day that we all should look at it positively and see that what actually has taught us through the Bhagavad Gita. Dharma, karma, moksha, which all these have come into play in our lives. He taught Arjuna that how to eliminate fear to move forward. And if we follow the simple principles, today in this COVID-19, the fear will disappear. Because he says that one should not live in fear. One should only look at every happening as a positive attitude. And that's how he motivated Arjuna to lift his bow and arrow to fight. He was not fighting, and Arjuna told him, when Arjuna was on the chariot, when Karna was shooting the arrows, every time when the arrow touched the chariot of Karan, Krishna will clap. So Arjuna will ask him a question, why are you clapping when his arrow is hitting us and we are moving step back? And when I hit him, you are not telling anything. What is this, Krishna? I don't understand. So he tells to Karan, and he tells to Arjuna, listen, my dear friend, you have got Hanumanji's flag over you, which Hanuman is protecting you. I am your charioteer. And in your wheels, you have got Raksha Shanksha, who is protecting you. You just get down of this chariot now. So when Arjuna gets down the chariot and the arrow comes to it, the whole chariot is burnt. He said, it is not you who are driving the chariot and protecting yourself. It was the other powers. But Karan did not have any power to protect him. And yet, you're shooting the arrows of him and you're taking it from you. But you had all the power and you still could not sustain. So this is what is something which is amazing in life. We have got all the protection of the Lord, and yet we think that we are doing it. So the moral of the story here today is that every step of our life which we take, it is that invisible help which we get from the unseen Lord which is protecting us. And yet we say that we are doing it. So my dear friends, my brothers and sisters, on this particular day, all praises to the Creator Lord Krishna, who has actually given us so much of guidance, so much of explanation in the Bhagavad Gita, with Dr. Gulshanji organizing talks on every Sunday with professor from US. And I'm a very keen listener to the Bhagavad Gita. And this is my simple explanation. We cannot claim in our life that we are doing something, because it is some force behind us which is taking us forward. And this force is actually an invisible force. And if we try to understand that, we have achieved something. And coming back to the Gita, if you look at all the slokas, every sloka has got a lesson we can learn from. I was one day speaking to a spiritual master, and he said, you don't need to read the whole Gita, please. Just try to focus on one verse of the Gita. And that one verse will change your life. You don't have to read the Gita, because every Gita verse has got so much meaning in it. And one verse is enough for you, for an ordinary person like you, to take the right path and to move in your life. So my dear friends, we have got wonderful scriptures. We have got scriptures actually which educate us from the basic time we are born. And yet we are wondering to see how we can educate ourselves. In modern technology, we have to educate ourselves, but as we are born, being an Indian, being a Hindu, following Sanatan Dharam Sabha, we have already got basic education that comes with us with our birthright. So let's develop that part first so that we can move forward. The balanced education which we are seeing today in this world, I think India is adopting a wonderful policy. India understands that education is the only tool for a human being's rice bowl in future. If our children are educated, they will try to move on in life to feed themselves and their families. If not, they will be in a very depressed state. I would like to caution all of you today. This COVID-19 is actually bringing in a lot of poverty in the world. When there is poverty, it becomes a difficult task to educate the people who are in the poverty level. So we must find ways and means to look into this aspect on how we can actually sort out these problems. Let it not happen. We pray that it does not happen. If you look at world wars, if you look at crisis, the poverty level will increase. And this is where I would like to caution all of you that collectively, as members of society, we must work together to eliminate poverty in this world. And this is a great agenda which can be helped through education. Through education, poverty is eliminated. The greatest organizations in the world follow this system. And this system, which we are working towards in India, is the hope for us in the future. Gulchanji mentioned vibrant Tamil Nadu, vibrant Gujarat, vibrant Karnataka, vibrant Northeast. But I say, why not let's look at it as vibrant India? Put everything together and let's speak that vibrant India, let's move forward. Let's not divide things. Let's make it a whole part of India so that we can grow. If today we start looking at vibrant Karnataka, the other person will say vibrant Punjab. The other guy will say vibrant Maharashtra. So we are not here to divide. We are here to unite. So I hope, Gulchanji, from today, we will always speak of vibrant India. And that message must be passed around the world that we collectively have got one motive, one agenda, one view. And the basic view is to educate our coming generation and to eliminate poverty. If these two principles are achieved in our life, we don't have a problem. The problem is taken care of if we handle it well. But the question is, can we do it? The answer is, yes, we can. The government has come up with policies. The government is working towards things. And believe me, I move around the world. I mix with a lot of people. In Malaysia, we have got all the races in this country. There is a lot of praise for every Indian because everyone feels that the Indians have got the brains which they are working with. If you go to America, you go to Europe, you go to UK, you go to Asia, you see the Indians there. And the Indians actually perform. They are hardworking people. We have been trusted by the world today. And let's keep that up. Let's grow further towards that and with a vision. And the vision is, let's educate ourselves, educate our children, and we can actually achieve what we want to. It is actually not difficult because today education comes in the form of technology. Earlier, someone would not give me a book. I'll have to go to the bookshop to wait for 2 years to get a copy of the book. I think Mr. Gulchanji remembers that. The book was not shipped from London. So the printer could not print the book and the bookshop would not have the book. And by the time the book came to the shelf, 10 students will run and buy the book and there would be no book. And we used to share pages. But today that's not the case. You just have to Google and you have got it there. So isn't that a blessing? So if we have come out of this and education has become so simple, what have we to do? We have to look into it, how it can benefit us. Definitely artificial intelligence which we are having coming into play will change the world. There will be some areas where we lose out because employment will be less. But that does not mean that there won't be other areas where employment will be more, it will be created. So let's accept things. The evolution of the world is a changing process. We must accept it. And we must not be worried about it where technology is concerned. We must all work towards one goal. If it is technology, let's learn about it. I think at our age, we are trying to struggle sometimes to learn on how to get into certain areas in technology. And we should not be shy about it. It does not matter. They say as long as you live in this world, you learn. And so what is wrong in learning? So we should learn. We should tell our children, we should tell our friends that this is a challenge for us. Rather than wasting time on other things, let's learn and move forward. Educate ourselves. You know, there's a new handphone which will come in, might be in a year or two's time, where you won't have a chip. You'll just buy a handphone and you can use it for life. So you just have to charge the phone and there's no chargers. There's going to be a challenge. A lot of telco companies will close down, but it might happen. So I can speak to UK, I can speak to India with no cost. No WhatsApp, no challenges. Only thing is a satellite has to be put in space and I give free what you call that service to the people. So that's why America was afraid of China for coming up with a 5G policy. So these challenges will come by. And tell me, 1.3 million people in India, you give them a free handphone without a chip, don't you think they'll buy the phone? They'll all rush for it. So what is there to be worried about? If we are changing our lives, accept it. It is for the better. We must not be afraid of improvement in life, but we must be cautious to see that we can pick up the same pace of challenges. If we don't pick up the challenges, then we should be worried about it. But if we think we are okay, we are going to pick up the challenges, we have got a right mindset, we are okay. The policies will be created by the government, but the challenges are there. We accept it. We have got not much say in our lives as we go on. Policies are something different. Our individual lives are different. The platform in education is different. Why I'm emphasizing this is that because I feel that many people look at changes sometimes negatively. They feel it's a great challenge to them. They feel it's a great burden to them. But it is definitely not what it is. It's actually a blessing. If you look at the First World War, the crisis which the world went to, the Second World War, the financial crisis, all this we have gone through it, and yet we have come out of it. So this crisis which we are going through, the pandemic, the COVID, I think that the International Chamber has been very focused on one area, which is education. And I think if they focus on this area, which they are doing it, a lot of good can be done. Not only to India, but around the world. We in ASEAN have always linked with India. We personally feel that India is a great place to send our children, to send our families, and in the same way, reciprocal, I think Indians would like to come to wonderful places. You don't have to go to Switzerland to keep your money. Come to Singapore. We are always there. You want a holiday, please come to Bangkok. I think we have everything for you all in ASEAN. And the best thing is, we have got in India the Northeast policy. And the Look-East policy, which has been changed at Look-East policy, we are so close. The borders of ASEAN are close with India. Places like Manipur and Myanmar. So these borders which we have, we can use them to cross-cut, move forward, and have growth within ourselves. I think this is very important. We should make use of ourselves because we are neighbors. Who is the best person in your life? Your neighbor when you are in problem. So we consider in ASEAN, India as our neighbor. We don't take India as a separate country because our two borders are linking with each other. And when you link with each other, your neighbor is the best person to help you when you are in problem. So I personally feel we have a lot of good things to share. We will build up the education system within ASEAN and India, where we would work in such a manner to create a new policy. I hope, I'm always speaking about it, that degrees which are applied in India can be used in ASEAN countries, so that this will create an employment base for Indians outside India. So this is a little technical problem, but let's work towards it. Certain degrees, let's start off with it, where we can get our Indian graduates degrees to be recognized in ASEAN, and same way send our ASEAN students to India to get them qualified with these degrees, and they are accepted for employment in our ASEAN companies. In the legal system might be, in the accounting system might be, in the technology side might be. I think these are phases which we have to look at. And a proper system has to be drawn out. We within the ASEAN, I've been looking at a lot of things in the ASEAN-India relationship, and I personally feel that we have achieved some. I don't say we have achieved 100%, we have achieved some. We are yet to achieve some, but we must be very positive for the future, because in the future, we have to look into it at the possibility. Imagine if a person has got a law degree in India, which can be recognized in ASEAN countries, and he can practice in ASEAN countries, fantastic. Same with the accounting degree. Today, I think if nurses who are qualified in India should be able to practice in ASEAN, because we need support rather than importing the nurses from overseas. So I think we have to sit and discuss with the government, with the businesses, on what actually we can do to work together for a better growth, for a more peaceful world, which is beneficial to everyone. And I'm very sure, as the International Chamber has already taken this task, there will be a lot of input which they will get from their speakers all around the world, and this will be put on paper, and the information must be passed on to the right channels, the right ministries, where they can just pick up some pointers and things might happen. Gulshanji, once again, I would like to thank you. I have to leave because I have got to go for my prayers. I'll pray for everyone. I pray for the whole world, and I pray for all my friends around the world who are today with us, that God gives them peace and happiness. That is what we need in life. Good health, peace and happiness. Let not look for monetary value. Monetary value will come and go, it will vanish. But if you are contented, if you have peace of mind, you have good health, you are of good service to everyone in life. With that, thank you very much, Gulshanji. Thank you.
I'm so grateful, sir. You gave so many suggestions. You gave so many ideas. Our chamber is already working in that particular direction. We will further take your most valuable inputs. We'll put them into perspective, put it to the ASEAN headquarters, and at the same time, let the situation improve. Our chamber would organize a kind of a business meet and all the kind of a get together. And education, yes, because that's the base of humanity, what you have mentioned, and we will work in that particular direction. Today, we won't like to hold you as well as others, because today we all have to go to temple. Even I'm fasting since morning. I also got to go to temple. I would be there for some time. I wish to request all the participants today, and I sincerely request all of you that tomorrow is a historic day. Tomorrow is a World Youth Day. We are starting at 9 o'clock in the morning and we are carrying out till 9 o'clock in the evening. Whatever time suits you. Early in the morning, we are starting with school education, getting to higher education, vocational education, technical education, competencies, and thereafter, the water resource minister is coming tomorrow for the meeting in the evening, along with micro, small, and medium enterprise as well. So, with these words, ladies and gentlemen, let's finish off the program. Thank you very much. Thanks us for joining this